Welcome back guys to Holy Basil Thai. My name's Duncan and I'm here to cook for you today one of our classic signature dishes. It involves some steaming and some deep frying, so some really good technicalities to talk about. But the hero of this dish is this little guy, a soft shell crab. Now I like to use just a small soft shell crab, so when you're eating it, it doesn't sort of fall out and get too hard to eat. And this is what we need to do with the crab. So very simply, from the back of the crab, just remove the tail and pull off that back plate. And then remove that from the crab. Now, the yellow part inside, which is the tomali, we can leave in there, so don't worry about that. If it was a large crab, I would remove all of the eyes and the mouth, but with such a small crab, honestly, you won't feel it in your mouth when you eat it. I'm just going to cut that crab in half, and that is as simple as it is. So we've got here a beautiful local beer. I love beer in a batter, it just adds a lovely flavor and also an extra crispiness to it. So we're just going to put in maybe 100 mils of the beer. I've got in here some gluten-free flour made from rice flour, and that will make it nice and crispy. And what we're looking for is just to make it a nice coating consistency. And then I've got some red curry paste just to make it a little bit Thai flavored. Some homemade, Holy Basil homemade red curry paste. And all we need to do is whisk that together. And you can see here that the consistency is like mayonnaise. Not too thick and not too thin. A little pinch of salt for seasoning, and we're done. Now it's just time to fry our crab. What we need to do now is just take those bits of crab that we've done earlier, just coat them with a little bit of flour, and that will help the batter stick to the actual crab. So just a light dusting of the flour, not too much, like that, and then straight into our batter. And then make sure you coat them really gently so that we don't break the crab. And make sure the batter's all over each individual leg from the crab. And then we will go and deep fry. Okay, now it's time to deep fry the crab. And the best temperature for something small like this is nice and hot at about 180 degrees. If you're deep frying something large, like a whole fish, maybe 170 degrees would be perfect. Okay, before you deep fry, make sure that you've got either a spider or a slotted spoon. You don't want to use tongs when you're working with a deep fryer. And also some paper towel or a draining station ready for the deep fried item. Okay, so with our crab, just into that hot oil, I'm just going to very carefully float it into the oil. So I'm just going to hold it gently in the oil until it starts to float. And then when it starts to float like that, I'll let it go. And then with the other crab, I do the same thing. Now the reason why we float it in is because if we just let it go, it'll sink straight to the bottom and stick to the bottom of the deep fryer. And this way, it'll be nice and clean on top of the oil. So they've only been in there for just a few minutes, but it's time to remove them. You can see that they're beautiful and crispy, lots of lovely colour on the crab. Straight onto the draining paper, take off all of the excess oil, and now we'll go make our salad for the bao bun. Now for the salad, really simple. I've got some finely shredded green papaya and carrot here, so nice and crunchy, nice and fresh. A little bit of fresh red shallot goes in there just to give it some nice bite, and then a little bit of mayonnaise. Mix that together, and just enough mayonnaise until the papaya is coated. Done. All we need to do now is steam our bao buns. Now, if you don't have a steamer at home, you can quickly spray some water on top and place it in the microwave for about a minute and a half. But we've got a steamer here, so let's use it. So those have been steaming now for just 2 or 3 minutes at just over 100 degrees. They're nice and soft. We'll go and serve them. Okay, all we need to do now is put this together. So with our steamed bao buns, just put the beautiful coleslaw into the center of each bun. And then we put in our crispy crab into each one. A nice piece of coriander, just for color, and a piece of chili as well. We're just going to put those together with a small bamboo skewer, and then we can present them onto our plate. And there you have it, 2 beautiful soft shell crabs, crispy fried in a red curry batter in that beautiful steamed bao bun, and a lovely coleslaw as well. That's another really simple dish from Holy Basil. One for me and one for you. I'll see you next time, guys.